Hey guys, good evening. It is time for this evening. Blake didn't even tell you about that microphone being up in the sky.
I knew right where it was.
Sure
I can't see my, I can't see my stuff if it's down here.
You say that every time.
And I move it down.
About 34% of the time, you forget.
I can't do my work here if my microphone is in my way.
Actually, that makes your face look better if you leave the microphone up there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There you go. How's it looking now?
Not that one.
Not
a little lower.
No,
right there.
No,
a little
sorry.
higher.
Can't help you.
Higher.
Can't help you.
All right,
Can't
and welcome into Publix this evening, and you are in the
Bozard Ford Studio. Whoa,
Damn
whoa,
right
whoa,
you are, and what we got to do is we got to tell you.
Reverb. Studio, whoa. You don't have a reverb pedal on your microphone?
I learned to stop doing that, Lenny.
Can I get a BB gun in here? Or like a little squirt gun like they use
Can we get a
on
BB
cats?
King in here? It'd be a little better.
Oh, that'd be great. Lucille.
Yeah.
Just Lucille.
So, well, can you play it?
No.
Can I play it? No.
No.
Blake,
All
can you play the guitar?
No.
All right,
But I
we're
bet
done.
you someone at Bozard Ford can. For over 75 years, Bozard Ford Lincoln has been a trusted name in St. Augustine, built on family values, honesty, and doing things the right way. With over 1,200 vehicles to choose from, no surprise pricing, and the Drive Happy guarantee, Bozard makes car buying simple and stress-free. That's the Bozard difference. Their state-of-the-art facility features 91 climate-controlled service bays, a quick claim for no appointment maintenance, and over 40 mobile service vans to serve at your convenience. Just off I-95 and State Road 16, Bozard Ford Lincoln, they're driven to inspire.
All righty. You can eat, drink, and be Irish at Meehan's Irish Pub, right on the waterfront in historic downtown St. Augustine. It's a favorite for locals and visitors alike. Meehan serves up traditional Irish classics like corned beef and cabbage, fish and chips, and shepherd's pie. They also make a great Reuben and a great Irish-Cuban sandwich. I wonder if that's Marco Rubio. Is he an Irish-Cuban?
I don't think so.
All right, well, then we'll continue on. Alongside
I
fresh
think he's
locals...
a Cuban.
Ooh, okay. Yeah,
But he's not Mark Cuban.
Yeah.
No, he's much shorter. Alongside
And
probably
poorer.
not,
And
probably
not as
I was
rich.
going to say
Not
not
as
as
rich.
wealthy, right?
Not as rich.
Exactly. But when you go to Meehan's, alongside fresh local seafood and a full raw bar, you can enjoy a pint in the cozy pub, dine upstairs at Johnny's Oyster Bar with views of the Matanzas River, or relax in the backyard with tropical vibes. The pints are cold, the welcome is always warm. Only at Meehan's, the staff is fabulous, and it's a great view from the porch. Carry on.
When quality and experience matters, trust A.D. Davis Construction. With over 72 years of combined experience, A.D. Davis specializes in high-end residential homes, commercial construction, renovations, and historic restorations throughout Northeast Florida. Their team is built on integrity, craftsmanship, and relationships. So much so that more than 85% of their work comes from repeat clients. From concept to completion, A.D. Davis delivers results you can trust. A.D. Davis Construction, where your vision meets their legacy of excellence. All right, and we also have St. Augustine Distillery, Citygate Spirits, A to Z Roofing and Waterproofing, Anastasia Diner, Moultrie Creek Diner, Johnny on the Spot, Brightway Insurance, St. Augustine Pirate and Treasure Museum, The Saint Restaurant, Synergy Power Solutions. I gotta make sure that doesn't happen again. Messed up there. Right? We're going to take care of this right here.
We can probably retype that whole page and make it
It's about
neat
time.
and legible, I would think.
It's about time.
All right.
Blake will take care of that
All right.
tomorrow. All right. Aver Kresge and Associates and Powell Heating and Air. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. That one goes in that pile. This one goes in this pile. And it is Thursday. It is our Bollocks weekend.
Yes, sir.
And we got some fun stuff. I have World War II. What did you have?
Snack foods.
Snack foods in World War II. And I have Dead or Alive. Because you're really good at Dead or Alive. So I think you're going to do okay with this
Actually, I also have a topic as well.
You do?
Blake.
That's in the title. Publix.
Publix?
Publix.
Oh, that's completely different.
Clean it up, buddy. Clean it
That's
up.
completely different.
There may be children watching the show. There might not be.
No,
children
I don't
watching
think
the
so.
show.
I don't think so. I think we're good.
All right.
So, all right. Where do you want to start? Blake, you get to pick.
I want to start with Publix.
Oh,
Can we get the
yeah,
pick?
you're not Blake.
I know.
You're not. Why do you answer questions that aren't questions?
Because he shouldn't pick himself. He should let us pick himself.
Well, our choices are out there too.
Right.
So, Blake, what would you like to pick?
But I'm intrigued.
Again,
Intrigued.
Blake, what would you like to pick?
I
Why we can't have nice things.
I know, Lenny. We can't have nice things. So, but it's probably nice. It's probably nice political color coordination as well on the shirts today as well.
Yeah. Well, you know, seeing red.
Yep, indeed.
All right.
Let's go lead off and say World War II.
World War
Okay.
II. All right, and the reason I picked World War II, I don't know if you know why I picked World War II.
I haven't the faintest idea. I'm intrigued
All
by
right,
that as well.
This is the day the Germans said mercy. This is the day
Okay.
that they signed, their surrender,
Right.
unconditional surrender
Yes.
in the East and the West. So, and it was
Well, it's because the Russians and Americans were standing in Berlin shaking hands.
well, and the original person, I think I can't think of his name. It starts with a J, Jolb, Job, who signed from the
Germans?
from
Yeah.
the German side. He was like, okay, I'll concede on the eastern side, and Eisenhower goes, all right, I'm going to let the Russians do what they want to do, and he goes, okay, I'll sign on both, because the Russians were still very, very angry,
Right. Well,
and not as nice as a lot of people think the Americans were the mean and bad, but we were more civil than the Russians at that time. The Russians were and Stalin didn't care.
right.
So,
And we didn't have a Stalingrad issue.
yeah.
So,
Yeah. So Stalin didn't care.
Right.
So Eisenhower used the Russians' inconsistencies
okay.
against the Germans for them to sign to close down both fronts. Now, it took a day to get a message to the western side of it, but it immediately stopped in the east on this day in 45. And tomorrow is basically the last battle in Europe took place. So, real battle took place in Europe.
Well, that was it. At least communication was a little bit better there than in the Civil War, the War of 1812, where battles kept going on for days and weeks after things because nobody could tell anybody.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
yeah.
even like in the Pacific, I mean, there was islands where skirmishes were happening, and no one got the information. And there was guys that were found in the 70s.
Right. There was one guy, yeah.
Japanese guys that were found in the 70s. Some were found in the 60s. Yeah. So there was multiple guys that were out there that were left out there at outposts, thinking the emperor was still in charge.
And the war in the Pacific went on for months after the war in Europe.
Yeah, it did. I mean, like, this is pretty much the day when it ended in Europe, and I don't think it was till August in the Pacific.
Yeah, after a little bit of a boom.
Yeah, and
that's why you have VE Day
you
and
had
VJ
the boom.
Day.
You had the boom, and then the Russians were like, "All right, we'll go over and help you guys out," because they had
nothing else to do.
They had nothing in the Pacific before today in history.
Yeah, I don't even know if they were if the Russians were fooling around up, where in the extreme eastern Russia, where they get into the Japan. Because don't forget, Japan and Russia, that's where Teddy Roosevelt got his Peace Prize, the Sino-Soviet War. So Russia and Japan were not so friendly for years.
No, they weren't exactly exchanging Christmas cards. All right, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to go to unsung heroes, and I have a list of about 3 or 4 unsung heroes from World War II. All right, and the first one I have is Charles W. David Jr., and he was a Coast Guard. He was in Coast Guard during World War II, and in Dorchester, the U.S.A.T. Dorchester was torpedoed off the coast of Greenland. And this is a young black gentleman who was a dive person. He dove repeatedly into freezing water, pulling others to safety. He saved over 12 people going back and forth into freezing water. Saved 12 people. He actually got hypothermia and pneumonia, and he died from this, but he did this, and no one knows his name.
There's a lot of unsung heroes, as you said.
Yeah, and then this one is Virginia Hall. Now, Virginia Hall was she just was a defiant woman. She worked in France and occupied France as a spy, despite having a prosthetic leg.
Okay.
The Germans actually nicknamed her the Limping Lady.
Okay.
She organized resistance cells, gathered intelligence, and coordinated supply drops in German-occupied territories. And like I said, the Gestapo actually nicknamed her the Limping Lady.
Okay.
No one knows her name, Virginia Hall.
Well, now we know her name.
Now we know her name.
Right.
All right. This is Doris Miller. His big day happened on December 7th. 1941. He was also a black gentleman. He was a mess hall attendant while the Navy was still very segregated at the time. Doris Miller wasn't expected to be in combat when the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor. He rushed to an unmanned anti-aircraft gun and fired back despite being not trained on the weapon. He got a couple of them, and he suffered injuries, and he also pulled a lot of his shipmates to safety.
Yeah, that's the glory of it all, when you can save other people in a situation like that and keep your head around you.
All right, this one's a story I'd never heard of before. I think I'd heard about the man in Greenland, the Coast Guard guy in Greenland. I'd heard that story, and I've heard a little bit about the limping lady. But this is a gentleman,
and I recognize the story about the gentleman who hopped into
the mess.
Right, who got into the gun and started shooting.
Yeah. All right, this guy. You can tell me if you know this guy at all. His name is Ben Karuki. Okay, he's a Japanese American in World War. He was born in Nebraska.
With a K.
With a K.
No.
Kuroki. Karuki. He became a pilot. He was, like I said, he was Japanese. And he had to fight through all the racial stuff. He did over 58 missions in the Pacific.
In the Pacific. It's impressive that they let him fly in the Pacific.
Yep. And he got the Medal of Honor, and just, here's an American of Japanese descent. A lot of his family members that were American of descent got sent to internment camps. And yet he still fought for the country throughout the entire war.
A lot of the Japanese Americans did that. They were trying to prove a point. They were trying to prove their nationalism and loyalty to America. It was horrible what you did to those people. And I'm sure there were.
I'm shocked that they at that time, as prejudiced as our country was, that he was already a skilled pilot.
Right.
And they let him fly. So.
Well, foolish people don't use people with skills that are willing to participate. You can't not accept experience in a situation like that, especially if somebody is going to be doing it for you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, and those were like four of the ones that kind of stuck out, like unique backgrounds, different groups. There were so many different things to choose from in World War II. The impact of World War II, 80 years later, is still incredible. What's happening in our world, and we got Memorial Day coming up.
Yeah.
And they're called the greatest generation for a reason. I mean, these are the stories of why they were the greatest generation.
And there wasn't a whole lot of people going to Canada at the time.
No.
No offense to the people in Vietnam who said, "Yeah, not for me. I'm going to go to Canada," especially in a war that was, unpopular.
At this time in this war, you had 16-year-olds lying about their age to get in.
To get in, right?
I don't think that was happening in Vietnam.
No.
So.
It was the other way. I mean, there might have been one or two, because there could have been some, but I don't think so. Because, well, first of all, there was a difference understanding. The domino theory in Southeast Asia, was a little bit more difficult for people to understand. Vietnam was not a world power, but in Germany, you had. I mean, this wasn't. It wasn't like it started today and in World War II. I mean, you had the entire 30s and the late 30s where Germany was marching into the Rhineland. They were taking over Poland. They were,
we've kind of forced Germany to be bad almost. We
wouldn't let them remilitarize after World War I.
We strangled them financially, and hopefully we learn from treaties of you can't.
Well,
I mean, I think we did after World War II. We did a really nice job with Germany and Japan.
Japan came out of it a lot better than Germany in the immediacy, and they became a manufacturing behemoth, but under American control for many years.
Yeah.
There was an
they still don't really have a military. They rely on the U.S.
Well, they're getting back now. I think they changed. I think just recently they changed their constitution to allow them to do something. But yeah, now, and we have to be careful and try to appreciate the lessons from coming out of World War I with what we did to Germany, as opposed to coming out of World War II. And don't forget, we sat in Berlin and we split Berlin 4 ways, between France, England, the United States, and Russia. But we need to learn that lesson going forward because, we've had this, month-long war, 2 months long war going on over here. And
Yes.
Blake.
Yeah. Sorry. Real quick. I do want to fact check you real quick. I did look up the Japan Constitution. It surprisingly it hasn't been touched or it hasn't had any amendments added to it since we ended the U.S. occupation in 1947.
Well, is there anything going on there? Because I thought I had read recently that they're going to start doing some either making their own armaments or munitions or doing something.
Got it.
But point being is now everybody wants to choke off Iran. And, if you bomb them back to the Stone Age or whatever you want to say, it's only going to cause, it's going to, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, or 15 years from now, they're going to come back if you don't let them have an economy, if you don't let them be their own country again. Persia's been around since forever. So it's really, that was the cradle of civilization, the Mesopotamia and all that.
Was it? We had Native Americans here.
Different civilizations. They went out. The Native Americans here stayed here.
But that's the part that bothers me about history is we know more about the origins of Persia because we wiped out the origins of Native Americans.
Well, that's true too, but don't forget the Persians.
We wiped out the Incas and we wiped out the Aztecs and
right. We ended their civilization.
And the Incas and the Aztecs were probably
very well
just
developed.
as strong as some of the others. So,
right. But
yeah, no. You're right. You can't. I take a lot of sports analysis, and I think in war is like you have to be humble when you win.
Correct.
And I'm nervous of our leader now when we win, if that humility is actually going to show, and because it's not. Okay, Lenny, you really have to work on.
No, because I don't. The man has no humility. Yeah. He's named 10 buildings after him in 20
because
weeks.
He's an asshole. You don't have to be one.
Right, but I can't let him get away with that.
You are one, though. When you do that, you are one because we're having an intelligent conversation, and you're making those faces, and then you lose all validity with your argument.
Well, you have an expectation of something that's never going to happen.
You didn't even let me finish my sentence.
Go ahead.
And you making those faces. As I'm in the middle of probably being on your effing side.
I know, go on.
And then you do that stupid shit. You want me to be on your side, and then you do that. And it makes it real hard to go to the blue, because a lot of people do exactly what you just did and turns off.
Because we've seen this movie.
Yeah. Well, you still, because he's an asshole doesn't mean you have to be one.
Correct.
And that's where I'm saying, and both sides do this, and the humility part, if we win this the way we should,
right, and
the way we come out of it, we still need to have the olive branch to those citizens and those. They're intelligent people.
Yes, and
we have to treat them like intelligent people when we come out of this and get the right people leading the country that the people really want. It's been pretty much a
theocracy.
A theocracy, which is dangerous in every way, mostly to the people that they have a thumb over.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's the scary part of this is right now I haven't seen. They said, there's probably going to be a regime change, but that hasn't happened yet.
No, and
until that really does happen, the people of Iran they're going to be right back in the same situation, like you're saying.
Right. And there's a one-page document that's circulating now that has to be approved by both sides, and I guess they've taken it up to the current Ayatollah, and it's basically opening the Strait of Hormuz, no hostilities for 30 days, and then we will discuss what's going to happen with the nuclear material, and that comes back to the issue. United States, wants it. And no nuclear aspirations for 20 years. Iran is coming back with, we can weaken it, we can knock it down to 15% uranium, actionable uranium or not, or we can give it to Russia, which I think is just a ridiculous thing to do as well. Why do you want to give Russia more fissile material to build more bombs? Because we're not so cozy with Russia these days.
Yeah.
Not that they don't have enough to do damage to begin with.
But
So it's,
I would feel more comfortable being in Russian hands than in Iranian hands.
I'd still feel more comfortable with, just burying it forever.
Yeah.
And pretty close is.
100%.
Right.
But I mean,
nobody needs that. There's enough nuclear weapons on the planet right now.
Yeah, that's what
to
I'm
end
saying.
the planet. So why do we need more?
That's what I'm saying. I was like, Russia already has enough uranium in their stockpile. But if Iran's planning on, we're going to give you this, now you give it back.
Right.
It's like having in high school, you having your friend hold my weed.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, that's where it feels like when they make that statement.
Yeah. So it's going to be bizarre to see. And it's only for 30 days, and it revolves around the pushing off of nuclear talks for God knows how long. So it's going to be an odd situation. But again, the question of is somebody going to go trumpeting around going, look what we did. We win. Ha ha, you lose. That never works out well.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I know.
A really good game, the person who wins, they're allowed to cheer,
right,
and they're allowed to be happy with their victory, but they still have to have humility
Correct.
in the victory, and that's what when this is said and done. If we want Iran to truly, our goal is to make Iran a stronger and better country. That's what we have to do.
Right.
We can't just step on their throats and hold them down like a rabid dog.
Right, and it would be nice to see the theocracy not being there.
Yeah.
Women getting back to the rights that they had at some point in time.
I would love to see the Iran that was in the 70s catch up to where we're at today.
Right, and it's not a third world country. It's not a second world country. They're a first world nation.
Yeah.
It's just some of their philosophies for some of the people in the country, not all of them by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to wonder what's going on in L.A., which has a huge Persian community, and Great Neck, New York.
Well, and they were, and here's the thing. 60 days ago, a lot of them were in support of what was happening, but as it goes on, each day it goes on, they're losing. The U.S. is losing support for those groups in the middle. The far right is going to be with him. Far left already were always 100% against him. But the middle that were with him, they're going to drift off. They're going to get off that ship. And the longer this goes on and the higher the prices are, because, when gas prices go up, everything goes up.
Food in particular.
And it can be a clean sweep if this is still going on in October and November.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to get there, and I think that's one of the reasons why Trump is pushing so hard to get some type of a deal done to end the hostilities.
Yeah.
Whether it holds, who knows? Because that's it. It's opening the Strait of Hormuz for 30 days. Okay, what happens at the end of 30 days?
Well,
and Iran is asking for, they're asking for money for this. It's all right, but you pay our tolls. I don't know if that's in the current document, but that was their position coming into today. That's not. We'll open it up, but you got to pay.
That's not going to happen. So. They can't control that. That's not theirs.
Well,
they can't control what's not theirs.
Well, they can slow down transit, and they can.
That's what they've done. So, that's what they've done. Yeah. But
you're saying they don't have a legal standing.
Exactly.
Right. It's international. It's
international
waters.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So the U.S. can't control it.
Right.
The Iranians can't control it. The Saudis can't control it. None of those things.
And you still have weird stuff going on anyway, because you've got Israel still blowing up buildings in Lebanon to get a Hezbollah leader, which apparently they did yesterday. And you've got UAE said, you know what? You shot at us, and they shot back today.
Okay.
So the UAE allegedly
shot back at Iran.
At Iran,
at
one of their islands, one of their oil producing islands. So you got the intramural hostilities going on over there as well. Who knew the UAE had muscle? Well,
they got money, so they got muscle.
Right, exactly. Where they get that from?
With money comes muscle from the U.S.
Right.
But it's interesting to see, like the UAE finally say enough's enough.
Right.
And it kind of, when I see things like that, I'm like, all right, they're in the mix of it. And they just sided with the side that the U.S. is on. So something's happening we don't know about. And the whole 30-day thing, I don't know, the fable about the talking horse, the farmer and the talking horse.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. And where the farmer goes, I can teach that horse to talk. The horse can die. I can die.
Right.
The king's going to be mad at you.
Right. Long time.
But
Right.
that's 30 days that's the,
A lot can happen in 30 days.
That's the politicians pulling the talking horse. They're trying to create the space to get
something else done.
To teach the horse to talk.
Correct. Correct.
It's not like they know they have a solution, because I don't think anybody knows they have a solution right now.
No. I mean, Iran's not going to completely capitulate.
Mm-hmm.
The United States is certainly not going to capitulate. UAE is now out of OPEC.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting in its own right. And the fact that UAE is unilaterally striking back at Iran. I don't know if they called up, Secretary Bingo Brain of War and said, never mind.
He's just not likable.
No, he really isn't.
I mean, I'm sorry. And I know the far right, like in the middle, he's not likable.
By anybody, really.
And I know there's people in the comments that like Hexeth and think he's cool. But I can tell you, if he's in my boardroom and I'm running the room, he's leaving the boardroom. Because he's not a guy. Now, Trump's giving him a lot more power and freedom.
Right.
And I don't know if he's giving him the script, but I think he's giving him more power and knows exactly who he is and sees him as his bulldog. So.
We should have a pool. Who's going to go first, Kash Patel or Pete Hexeth?
Hexeth's going to go first, I think. So he's sitting closer to the head of the snake.
Right.
Whoever sits close to the head of the snake, and this is in every corporation, not just U.S. Who's ever the head of the snake's going to survive. Who's ever closest to the head is the one who gets the axe. So
what's interesting about this, I don't know if you watch Saturday Night Live.
I haven't in a couple weeks.
Well, for months now in the cold open, Colin Jost has been playing Pete Hexeth.
Okay.
And now I don't like Colin Jost because he is just so obnoxious.
Is he so good at it?
Oh, but he's so obnoxious.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's good at it or not, but the character that he plays is just god-awful obnoxious.
That means he's doing a good job.
Yeah. So, it really is. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I think he's after this is done, because he can't do anything right now with him.
Right.
After this is done, Hexeth's either gonna step away from his position.
Right. To go into rehab.
Oh, well, because it's going to be strongly suggested.
Right.
Or he's going to be replaced.
Maybe both of them. Maybe it'd be a twofer.
It might happen, because I mean,
it can be a twofer.
He does like to say you're fired.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, this 30 days things, I see this as a buffer. When I heard it, I was like, this is the talking horse. This is our talking horse. All right. The other thing I want to talk about while we're in this topic is people are talking and still saying, oh, well, why aren't we using the oil in Venezuela? Well, that oil is
different
it's
grade.
bad oil. It's not oil that we can use for gasoline. It's oil that we can use for roads
and diesel
and asphalt,
right.
and it can be processed. It doesn't even make really good diesel, but it's a different type of oil than what comes out of Saudi Arabia. And I didn't realize
that comes out of Canada too, in the oil sands.
Yeah, in the oil sands in Bakken, and that's good stuff. But I didn't realize. I thought most of the ports of the oil from Saudi Arabia were on the other side. I didn't realize how many ports were affected from Saudi Arabia through the Strait of Hormuz until I really dug into it.
Had to look at a map.
But geographically, there's so much more space on the other side. I made an assumption until I found out, oh, wow, these are some serious ports that are completely changed and completely shut down because of, and I saw it, I talked to an economist who lives down the street from me. He says he sees this as the biggest energy crisis since the 80s in a lot of ways, and maybe even worse. So he thinks there's a chance it gets way worse in the next 3 months before it heals itself. And it's not going to heal itself, but
3 months. Where are we? Let's see. This is
May, we could be over $5.
June, July, August. That'll be August. That's a little close to November, but not right at November. So there's still a little bit of a buffer.
Yep. So he's thinking it's still a couple months. So all right. Publix,
Publix.
or
Publix.
what did you have? You have
Snack
snack
foods.
foods.
Yeah.
Okay, snack foods. Publix or Dead or Alive? All right, Publix.
Publix.
We do Publix.
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 All right,
Blake, bring it on.
Publix. Let's
All
see
right.
what you got.
All right, so Publix, earlier this week have silently announced a change to one of the policies that they had on the front of the doors. So months after allowing customers to openly carry firearms, thanks to Florida's new open carry law, reports are swirling on Wednesday that this policy has been quietly being retracted. There's actually a new sign up on all Publix stores in Florida that now say Publix kindly asks that only law enforcement openly carry firearms in our stores.
Oh, only openly carry.
Yes.
Open carry.
Yeah,
so
that's-
concealed carry is not a problem.
Concealed carry is not a problem.
Well, they couldn't do that against because then they get sued on
Yeah.
the Second Amendment side.
Right.
So,
Plus,
but-
if you conceal it well, he'll knows you got a gun on you.
exactly.
Because you need to take your gun to the supermarket. Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's just so fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry. It's just unnecessary. It's not necessary.
Well, here's the thing, and a lot of the people against guns make it sound like people that have guns and they've tried to intervene are unsuccessful, and that is absolutely not true.
Tried to intervene
In a robbery or,
Right,
or something.
okay, right.
They claim
The good guy with a gun is better than not having a good guy with a gun when a bad guy's got a gun.
but I mean the people's against people with carry are saying that it causes more trouble, but there's no statistics that back that up in any way, shape, or form. The guy with the gun usually either frightens them away or disarms the other person without incident, is what the statistics really show.
Okay.
And so it's not like the guy with the gun pulls out and shoots the assailant. It usually doesn't work that way. It's usually the guy with the gun pulls out his gun. The guy with the bad guy with the gun either takes off or gives up his gun. That's what the statistics actually show.
So there's no shootouts.
There's rarely
Seldom.
the statistics don't match up with. And we're talking less than 10%. I think is where it's at, where there might be an actual exchange of bullets.
And in that exchange of bullets, how many bystanders or innocent civilians are injured?
The percentage is usually the bad guy gets shot. So,
Okay.
sometimes it's the guy trying to save, but it's usually the bad guy gets shot with the gun, is what the statistics show. Because I've seen, on some of these talking shows and stuff like that, where they're like, a good guy with a gun is usually makes the situation worse for law enforcement. But
I'm not even going to bother wasting.
no, don't do that. Don't do it. Stay away from it.
It's not even worth it.
Stay away from it. So I mean that's where the numbers are actually at. I have a weapon. I don't always have it on me. But I know exactly where it's at, and it's usually within,
Your glove compartment,
feet of me.
Right.
And sometimes I put it on when I think I'm in a situation,
An unsavory situation.
yeah, a situation
All right,
that might require my assistance.
Okay. There you go.
So
Troy Do-Gooder,
Yeah.
which we know you are.
yeah. So I mean,
and
especially if there's kids involved, I definitely would
That's
do
for
it.
sure.
So,
But it's all well and good. But by that same token, in situations like that, it makes it difficult for law enforcement, if they get to the scene expeditiously, to determine who's who. Because if you got two guys with guns, and there's not an obvious person with a balaclava over their face brandishing an automatic weapon, and you got a guy in a suit and tie, or in jeans and a pullover, it's often difficult in pressure-filled situations like that to determine what's going on in a split second.
yeah. Normally the do-gooder will drop their gun.
Okay.
Very, very rarely, because that was one of the questions too. Has a cop shot a do-gooder trying to take down a bad guy?
Right.
And I didn't see any incidents in the study that I saw.
Okay.
So, but it seems logical that could happen.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's a pressure-filled
kind
situation.
of a friendly fire situation that it
Right.
could happen. But it's these things happen so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, like I said, the person either runs or drops there and are taken in by the do-gooder before the cops even get there is usually the situation. So,
Well-
and the other thing they said is the do-gooder will comply with the police officer's
Sure.
demands, where the other guy won't.
Right.
So it makes a difference in the
It's
mindset.
it's easier
And
to
then
see who, right.
Then the police officer is going to recognize the behavior. So, but all right. So Publix.
So, but now how are they going to?
They have kindly asked to not open carry because they can't really make that demand because of the way the state laws are. And I'm not a huge fan of open carry. I don't understand.
Yeah, and
It's not the wild west that we are living in.
I don't think it's necessary. You know, it doesn't make me nervous, you know, because of where I grew up and how I grew up around guns. In Georgia, it's completely normal, and it has been for years, and there's not huge issues with it. But I also don't feel it's necessary. It's just one of those. It's kind of a look at me moment.
Right.
That's the way I see it. When you open carry and you're a civilian, yeah, it's kind of a look at me moment.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
and you missed the point, by the way. You missed the point of having to protect yourself, and
Right.
you know that it is a look at me moment.
So, but what happens when somebody walks in with a gun on their hip and the woman at the courtesy desk at Publix or the customer service desk at Publix says, "I'm sorry, sir, you're going to have to leave your gun in your
She
car."
can't.
So,
She can't say that. I mean, if she does, Publix can get in trouble.
so then,
that's the way they worded it. They worded it specifically. Their 97 lawyers looked at that.
oh, sure, right.
and said, this is the way we have to word this.
Right.
It's not a you're forbidden. It's a request.
Right. To stop scaring the Northerners.
Yeah.
Pretty much,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's pretty
So
much
that's what it comes down to.
That's pretty much it.
You know, hey, you know, in the summer, carry your gun all you want.
Yeah.
But when the snowbirds are here, could you put it away, please?
Yeah.
They're a little nervous.
Yeah, especially when the Canadians are here. They
Right.
really will get shook. Yeah. But
It's just so unnecessary.
yeah, and that's like I said, it's a different time. If you have to do that, I'm. You know, it's you because you wanted the attention for people to see.
Yeah.
So
Indeed. And plus, also, we also have Sheriff Harwood coming in the studio tomorrow, and I know in the past he's definitely talked about Florida's open carry law in the past. It's just basically saying use common sense while having a weapon. Don't be an idiot.
yeah,
Look, if you want a weapon in your home for self-defense and home defense, fine. You want to stand your ground, fine. Guns and cars are contributing to road rage and road rage fatalities.
well, that happened this week,
So, you
and
know-
that's a very sad situation. So hopefully the person who was shot recovers. You know, and it's no, I yeah, people need to take big breaths,
Yeah.
big breaths, not little ones, big breaths. So
You know,
all right. Speaking of that, let's do dead or alive.
go on.
All right, dead or alive. Are you ready?
I am
Because Dick Cavett,
still alive.
still alive, very
Bastard.
much alive.
Like I said, if he dies tomorrow, and I'm not wishing that on poor Dick,
All right.
I want my points. Right?
Yeah. He is still
retroactively.
alive. He is still alive. Dick Cheney,
He dead.
he's dead.
Dead.
He is dead. Dick Van Dyke,
Still alive.
as of today, he's still alive.
Yeah, he didn't die today.
Scared you.
Is that-
Scared you a
No,
little
no,
bit.
no. Yeah,
I got
no.
you a little bit.
Right. No, I would have been a headline somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah. Mel Brooks,
Still alive.
Blake,
Spaceballs 2 to search for more money next year. He's still alive.
still alive. Still alive.
Come on, stay alive.
Roberta
Yogurt.
Flack,
Who?
She's dead.
singer.
She's dead.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I have no idea. Dead.
Are you Dick Cavett sure?
No, I'm sure. She's killing herself softly with her song.
She is very dead.
Thank you.
All right. All right. And you guys are doing very well. See if you can do a clean sweep.
Go on.
Kirstie Alley,
Dead.
which way you going?
What's your confidence level on that, Blake?
I mean,
1 to 10, where's your confidence level?
10.
10.
She's dead.
You looked it up,
No.
slacker?
I
He looked it up.
Good. Then
I did not look it up.
dead.
Going with dead.
I'm going with dead. Then I'm trusting my boy Blake.
All right. You guys have a perfect score on Dead or Alive. See, now
That one would have thrown me.
next week, I'm going to ask another Dead or Alive question, but I'm going to make it pretty challenging.
All right. Well, write it down and remind me because I'm not going to be there next week.
Oh, you're not going to be there.
So
Okay.
you want to save it for 2 weeks?
I'll wait for 2 weeks.
Save it for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And you can ask me Chris Daly because I won't remember that she's dead.
Yeah. So, again, because you'll answer the same way.
Pretty much.
So,
Yeah, I would have been uncertain about that one. Julie probably would have known.
Yeah. All right. We now are at snack foods.
All right.
And we have coming in a little bit later after us tonight is Land Title. Mm-hmm. So we're probably going to end things at 5:55 if you're okay with that. So
I can manage.
you're gonna be strong
I will muddle through.
because you are alive.
I am.
All right.
Last I checked.
Very much so.
All right. You want to do it? You want to do it by state, or you want to do it by the list of the 100 top snack foods, and I can start at 50.
Okay.
Go work our way
I'd
down.
rather you start at 20.
We can do that too.
Yeah, I started 20.
All right.
And let's go with that list, starting at 20, counting backwards. And these are U.S. snack foods?
Yeah, though they're not all made in the United States.
Okay. But their consumption, is in the United States.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
It's the 100 greatest snack foods of all time ranked.
Of all time.
All time. We're not
All
mucking around
time.
here.
All right.
And you want me to start at 20?
I want you to start at 20.
All right, we're blowing-
Wait, let's do an honorable mention. Who is 21?
We're blowing through a bunch of them because I'll put it to you this way. Three Musketeers, Baby Ruth, and Milky Way are 50, 54, 50, 55, 54, and 53.
Okay.
Poor Animal Crackers are 52. 21, you want to know who's 21
21.
at our cutoff?
Yes. It's the honorable mention. So,
Reese's Pieces, E.T. Phone Home.
all right. All
Okay.
right. Come in the 80s.
20 is Ruffles.
Ruffles, just plain Ruffles.
Yep.
Okay, I'm writing them down over here.
And apparently they are fabulous when dipped in French onion dip, which is very true. Very true.
I'm a big fan.
Yep,
big fan
absolutely. Except when I make a pint of sour cream and throw in the French onion soup mix, I could eat the whole thing right there.
of that. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. And I like that with carrots too.
Carrots, yeah, that's a good idea.
And sliced cucumbers, believe it or not.
I can see that as well,
Yeah,
for sure.
So okay,
19, chocolate covered pretzels.
pretzels, chocolate pretzels.
And they got Flips as their brand, but
Okay.
and they also make a white chocolate covered pretzel, which might be good for you, Blake. Blake, how are you on white chocolate?
Still hate it.
All
He's
right,
not a
just
fan.
checking.
Even though it's not really chocolate. White
Correct.
chocolate is not even chocolate.
Right.
It's not
Eight-
made with the cacao.
18 is Check Mix.
Check mix.
Yep,
We know we can kill some of that.
yep. Right. 17 is Trail Mix.
Okay. Don't know the difference.
Whether you're picking out the M&Ms or not, who would pick out the M&Ms of a Trail Mix? Don't be silly.
I
That's
would.
ridiculous.
You would. Well, of course, they're chocolate.
That's ridiculous.
We could put in peanut butter M&Ms for you. How would that work for you?
He would be afraid to try it in case he bit
No.
into a piece of chocolate.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Blake.
Am I correct in my brain analysis of you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I've known him almost his whole life.
But
Except for that long weekend.
Yeah.
So let me put it nicely. The only way that I'll be able to eat a piece of chocolate is if I know that if I don't eat the chocolate, I am guaranteed a wasp thing.
Oh yeah. If I had a stinging bug
Right.
held over him, or a piece of chocolate, he would eat the chocolate.
Okay.
Any type of steamy bug. He said a wasp,
Right.
but I'm pretty sure a bee, maybe even a horsefly.
Right.
You know,
A horsefly.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
he would
it's a
eat
big
the
welt.
He would
Right.
eat the chocolate.
So Blake, let me ask
He
you.
doesn't like flying biting.
How did you determine you don't like chocolate? Have you tried chocolate when you were younger?
Yes.
I had
Okay.
proof. I had proof that he was eating chocolate
Okay.
as like a 3 and 4 year old with Oreos.
The Oreos.
Yeah.
Well, wait a second. So like chocolate cookie type of thing, like the chocolate in an Oreo?
Yeah.
He won't even eat that.
Okay.
He
All right.
eats the golden ones.
Respect. No problem.
he eats the
well,
golden
that's
ones.
good.
Yeah.
See? They're marketing to you. All right. So 16 is Snickers.
Snickers.
Yes.
They're pretty far down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Compared to Three Musketeers, Milky Way, and
Yeah.
what was the other one? Yeah.
No, I mean I have them in my top 10
Okay.
as far as snacks go.
Starburst is 15.
Okay.
And they don't just. Oh, I was going to say, a good proportion of you got super excited when Starbucks rolled out their
All
all
pink.
pink.
All pink.
Yep.
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 Okay.
Okay. It didn't excite me too terribly much because it's not my favorite flavor there.
Mm-hmm.
Combos is 14.
Oh, okay. I'm not a fan.
I don't mind them.
Blake actually will get those every once in a while. I'm
Yeah.
not a huge fan of the combo.
Well, I like pretzels, so
Yeah.
and I'm telling you, Dot's pretzels, best pretzels out there.
Beats flips.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
13.
Twix.
Twix. Left or right?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Doesn't
All right.
matter. I'm a fan
I thought
of them.
that was
I'm a
good
fan of them both.
I thought that was a good campaign. The left and right.
Yeah, I
campaign.
agree. This is weird because they keep putting Lay's, and it's just like Lay's.
Okay.
So it's. I mean, these are looking at Lay's potato chips. Fortunately.
Yeah.
But a couple other of the surveys I looked at, it was Lay's as the company, and then it was Lay's potato chip was a separate item.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys are not on, and they're still a little confused about the name your flavor, where you can the public votes on the flavor every year.
Yeah.
That's how we got biscuit and gravy and things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. None of them are really caught on.
So
right.
yeah, and well, that's why they go away real fast. Kit Kats are 11.
Kit Kat, big fan.
Fritos are 10.
Wow, I'm surprised they aren't that high. But I can tell you this:
Well,
Fritos. You ever eaten American tacos? So what you do is you take Fritos and you kind of crumple them up,
Right.
and then you just put the taco meat over top, the cheese, and all the toppings.
yeah, it's a Frito pie.
Yeah, we called it American taco.
Okay, yeah,
So
yeah, it's a Frito pie. Yeah, exactly. But I have to tell you, Fritos now, I don't know if it's shrinkflation or I'm just larger than when I was younger, because Fritos are now very small.
you got to get
However,
the scoops.
That's
You
what I
gotta
was
get
going
the
to say. Scoops are the way to go.
You got to get the scoops.
All right.
All right. Number
I
9.
agree. Gummy bears.
Gummy bears. All right. There's a lot of gummy bears eaten in our household.
Okay.
Blake is a gummy bear fiend. Rebecca and Maeve are gummy bear. Blake, Ty doesn't really like the gummy bears.
Dig 'em?
I'm not. Because
Eh.
I have the plate,
Right.
and a gummy bear getting stuck to your plate is not fun.
Correct.
So,
But did you ever take gummy bears and soak them in vodka?
no,
that.
I've never been a gummy bear guy.
You might.
Yeah.
You might change your mind.
Okay. I'm
Or
not
we
a
can
huge-
do it in bourbon, but I think
Okay,
that'd be a little. I think
okay.
that'd be a little over the top.
I think I'd have to do it in bourbon
Right.
for it to be me.
But because you take a container, you put your gummy bears in, you pour vodka over it, and of course it'll soak them up and swell up, and then take that to the movie. Why don't you?
Sounds like a winner.
Yep. Number 8 is Cheez-Its.
Okay, fan.
7 is M&M's.
Big fan.
6 is one of mine, Cheetos. Though I will say, I'm a cheese doodle kind of guy. I definitely prefer puffy cheese doodles to Cheetos.
Okay.
I think they're a
I
little
like
bit more
both.
cheesy flavored.
I'm,
I'm
I'm more on the crunchy side. I'm more of the crunchy Cheetos over
Yeah,
the puff.
I don't mind the
and I
crunchy
used
ones.
I used to be a puff guy, and now I'm more on the crunch side.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I switched. So
I go back and forth, honestly.
okay.
But it's tough to find cheese doodles down here.
Mm.
They're made by Wise, and that's a much more northern brand.
Well,
than down here.
right here is where the Wise headquarters was.
No.
Yeah, right across the street on the other side of the jail.
Yeah.
It was actually attached to that property is where the Wise potato chip factory was.
Interesting.
Yeah. Where you do the supervisor of election.
Right.
That
Yeah.
was the Wise. That was the Wise factory.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And where did they move? You know, because it's not a big southern product.
But I mean,
Winn Dixie doesn't. I don't think Winn Dixie
most of
carries
the,
Wise.
most of the
Publix does.
potatoes that are grown in St. Johns County, a lot of the potatoes, not
Yeah.
most, a lot of the potatoes are for potato chips.
Right. The farms get contracted out.
Yep.
Yeah. The potato chip manufacturer will buy an entire farm.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Cheetos. Number 5 is Goldfish.
Goldfish. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
And that's the snack food, not the actual goldfish.
Correct.
Yeah,
we
okay.
we are not fraternities in the 50s.
Have you ever
Eaten
swallowed
a goldfish? No.
I have. I swallowed it for Young Life, and just in case you want to know, the goldfish does live in your stomach for a little bit because it swims around. You can feel it.
Okay.
It's not. It's not a good feeling.
Until it gets acided.
Until it's like
Gets dissolved.
yeah, it gets starting. It's just it's yeah.
Okay.
But
It's protein.
I ended up having over 100 kids show up for my Young Life meeting that time when I promised I'd I promised I'd
Eat a goldfish?
eat a goldfish. So goldfish was 5. What
Correct.
was number 4?
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
No way. How's that not number 1? That. Okay.
Same.
All right. I was going with the list pretty good because I was confident that would be number 1.
Right. Pringles is 3.
Pringles, I'm a fan.
which I think that's higher, way too high for Pringles in particular.
I like I like the Lay's stacks.
Yeah, yeah.
They're a little heartier,
Yep.
more heartier
Yep.
than the Pringles.
Right,
So,
because once you get halfway through the can of Pringles, all you're done is the Pringle crumbs.
yeah, you're kind of
Right.
yeah, you're looking like a beast.
You like number 2,
okay,
Oreos,
Oreos. All right.
and one is I still don't quite understand this, but they're everywhere. And number 1 is Doritos.
I'm not going to lie to you. 1 through 4 is probably my 1 through 4.
Okay. Yeah,
So
I can live without Doritos.
I think if you take Reese's peanut butter cups, put them to 1, Oreos 2, Doritos 3, and Pringles 4.
Yeah,
I think that's my top 4.
I can survive without Pringles.
What do you think your top 4 are, Blake?
My top 4. So
Obviously, Oreos is not in your top 4.
yeah, no,
Golden Oreos.
Yeah.
So personally, I definitely would say, thank you, Lane. Utz chips is up there now over Lay's.
Utz
Utz is great.
You turned us on to Utz.
Utz is fabulous.
You know, and I'm a buy one get one free on the chips because we go through them so much.
Oh, yeah.
But when Utz is buy one get one free, I'm excited about
And
it.
that's almost every other week.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
if you play your cards right, Publix will have them, and then Winn-Dixie will have them the next week. Sometimes they have them at the same time, but they alternate for that. Utz has got the lowest sodium It's 4% sodium in their regular potato chip. So compared to Wise is 7 or 8%, Lay's is 7%. So if you're a sodium watcher, that really does help. And they're good quality chips.
Unfortunately, I'm not much of a watcher of my food at all. So Blake, you got Utz as number 1.
Yeah, so
Okay.
yeah, so that's me. So I will say number 2 is the pretzel sticks, the Dots pretzel sticks,
You're a pretzel. You're a
Yeah,
pretzel guy.
that's which ones? Because there's 3 of them now.
cinnamon sugar.
See, yeah, I don't do that. I like the garlic parmesan a whole lot. And the regular one, it's hard to tell the difference between their regular seasoned and their garlic parmesan. They're very similar in flavor.
All right, number 3, Blake.
Number 3, I'm going to go sour gummy worms.
Sour, no less.
Sour
Okay.
gummy worms.
Okay. And number 4.
Number 4, I am going to go with popcorn. It's like
Popcorn.
as I probably say microwave popcorn.
Okay.
Microwave popcorn. Okay.
I like putting a little garlic on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree. And black pepper.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that
Black
too.
pepper too. Yeah. For me,
Number 1 for Lenny.
cheese doodles
Cheese
or
doodles.
Cheetos, but
Okay.
yeah, cheese doodles.
All right.
And by the way, Utz makes a big barrel of cheese balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, those containers are good to keep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're good. They're good for a lot of things.
Yeah, I use them to throw my batteries in before I bring them to the recycling.
Yeah.
And you can bring batteries to the battery store on US 1 over in the general vicinity of Walmart if you want to dump your batteries.
Is it a car battery?
No, it's any kind of batteries in the entire world.
No. But I mean, is it like O'Reilly's or is
No.
it,
It's batteries.
It's called the
batteries
battery
are
store.
us, right? Yeah,
Okay.
something like that.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, no,
I didn't know we had a battery
yeah,
store. And
yeah.
why aren't they our sponsor? We go
Right.
through a lot of batteries.
There you go. Well, we'll talk to them. Okay.
All right.
Because I don't think people know it's there.
All right. Number 3.
Number 3 would be the Trader Joe's dark chocolate 1 pound bar, which I then break up.
See, and
I like dark
I
chocolate.
like dark chocolate covered cashews.
Yes. And pistachios too.
Yeah. So cashews, even though people tell me it's not a nut,
Correct.
it feels like a nut
Yeah, well.
and it walks like a nut. So it's got to be a nut.
Yeah, well, I'm crazy for them.
Yeah.
So did I put Dots pretzels in there?
You had them too.
Good, excellent. So yeah, so that dark chocolate is 3, and then 4 for me. I'm trying to think what's on my shelves right now. Could be my nut mix.
Yeah. You
Give
do
me my
really.
nut
I like your nut mix.
So
I like you. I crush your nut mix
Yeah.
over there. So, all right. Anything else that we have not done? For those people that are still with us from the greatest generation, we appreciate you guys because this was a big day in our American history that we don't really celebrate a whole lot.
and we should. By the
And we
way,
should.
strangely enough, Rice Krispie treats is the number 1 snack in 18 states.
Rice Krispie treats.
Yep.
What is in Florida?
Florida's Doritos.
Doritos.
Doritos covers from, I guess that's Illinois.
Most of
That's Illinois.
Southeast.
So that's Indiana. So from Ohio South of Pennsylvania.
Mason-Dixon line.
Correct.
So it pretty much follows the Mason-Dixon line, it looks like.
All
for
the way
Doritos.
south, and then it goes over as far as, I guess that is...
That's Louisiana there.
Well, that's Louisiana there.
Yeah.
That's Louisiana's Cheetos,
Yeah,
but
so
what's north of Louisiana is...
Arkansas.
So that's there.
Yeah. Arkansas and then Missouri's Rice Krispie treat.
Right. And so is most of the north. And then you got Cheetos.
Fritos brings in
3 states.
3 states. It looks like South Dakota,
Oklahoma.
and Wyoming.
Yeah.
So.
Go
Alright.
figure.
But,
And then Cheetos is everything in the west.
Rice Krispie treats.
And you got Lay's potato chips is New York, Connecticut. That's it. Rice Krispie treats goes back up into New
Lay's.
England. Lay's, yeah, potato
Lay's
chips.
potato chips.
Yeah.
What's New Jersey? I can't see what it says.
Jersey is
Looks like it says
Cheerios.
Cheerios.
Cheerios is
like
New
the
Jersey.
that's what Maeve eats a lot of those.
Yeah, the kids
And
do, for sure.
Chex Mix brought in Montana and North Dakota.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, up there.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
What was Hawaii?
Hawaii is Chex Mix, and Alaska is Rice Krispie treats,
Okay. All right.
which is different than the other list of by the states.
Yeah, I just realized as I went through that list that I'll eat every one of those things that are
Sure,
on there.
sure.
And Blake doesn't eat his chocolate, so he wouldn't be the chocolate side. But everyone from 21 to 1, I would not turn it down at a party.
Yeah, we keep it. Hold on.
What happened?
The U.S. and Iran traded missile fires and accusations. So much for that.
So much for 30 days.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, that lasted a long time.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So
yes.
be strong. Enjoy my
Well,
fillings.
when we come back, we want to think positive thoughts over the weekend, and the gas prices will be lower.
That'd be nice.
According to my
That'd be
economist,
really nice.
that's not going to be true. So,
Well, you know, if you fill up 4 times at Circle K, after that you get like a month of 40 cents off.
okay.
7-Eleven, I got 30 cents off at 7-Eleven, so when I fill up tomorrow, I will fill up at 7-Eleven.
And I don't do those, and I think I'm going to
You
have
should.
to start.
You
I think-
should.
I think
Should
I'm going
do
to have
it.
to
And
start.
you got to be careful because Circle
I
K
do
will give you 3
Shell.
cents.
I do Shell, and I get like 5 cents off. But I mean,
Yeah.
I
Shell
don't-
should give you a whole lot more. They
Yeah.
just said their profit for the first quarter was some gajillions of dollars.
yeah.
I mean, they went nuts.
Yeah. So I want to say thank you to all our sponsors. Thank you to all our listeners. Please hit that share button if you haven't already. If you like the show, hit that share button. If you don't like the show, send it to your enemies. But we still want you to share.
So they can watch us too.
Yeah, so they can be tortured by us.
Right.
So
we're equal opportunity as far as that's concerned.
and for those out there concerned, me and Lenny still love each other.
Very much so. And I will see you guys
Bye-bye.
in 10 days.
See you, everyone.